So, da sind wir wieder. Ich habe leider gemerkt, dass es gestern wieder ein Audioproblem gab. Die Elgatos sind manchmal sehr fehlerhaft. Die haben immer gesagt, Firmware-Update habe ich oft und oft gemacht, aber nichts ändert sich. Naja, na dann, schauen wir jetzt mal die DVD jetzt an, ne? Ja. Nun denn, schau ich mal rein. Genau. Und was ist da drauf? Ich sagte, dass es wohl am Spielen wäre, aber nichts erscheint auf dem Bild. Ja. Es waren nur ein paar Sekunden, aber es fühlt sich an wie eine Ewigkeit. Und dann, auf einmal, kam mein Bild. Oh, ist es Sayaka? Es hat mich total überrascht. Ich hätte Sayaka seit langem nicht mehr gesehen und dort stand sie. Die Stimme, die ich hörte, war von einem Mann, der sich seitlich des Bilds positioniert hat. Es war die Stimme eines, ja, Mannes im mittleren Alter. Er hört sich an, als ob der einen Witz machen würde, aber Sayakas angespanntes Gesicht hat sich kein Millimeter bewegt.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Du willst, dass ich das akzeptiere? Sayaka war total verwundert. Es hat komplett Sinn ergeben. Wer würde denn zustimmen, die Rest des Lebens hier zu verbringen? Ich akzeptiere. Was?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
Okay, also sind die auf freiwilliger Basis hier geblieben. Als ob es abgestimmt war. Hört das Video auf. Es gab vieles, was ich noch nicht hier verstanden hatte. Aber nur das. Ich konnte es einfach nicht verstehen, was ich gerade gehört habe. Weil ich wusste, dass Sayaka hier raus wollte. Ich wusste, wie sie hier unbedingt entkommen wollte und ihre Träume nachgehen wollte und ihre Freunde wiedersehen wollte. Sie war so verzweifelt, dass sie versucht hat, mich des Mordes zu bezichtigen. Also warum? Warum will sie zustimmen, dass sie den Rest ihres Lebens hier leben wird? Als ich hier rumsaß und darüber nachgedacht habe, habe ich ein plötzliches Licht bemerkt auf dem Monitor, wo ich dachte, dass das Video schon längst vorbei war. Blitzte etwas auf und ich starte wieder den Bildschirm an. Und als ich noch schon nicht vorher verwirrt war, das nächste, was ich sah, hat mich direkt an die Kante gedrückt. Oh, das sind wir, ne, Makoto. Was ich sah, war ich. Unmöglich, unbestreitbar, ich.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation. Yes.
Yes! Ich und der Schulleiter haben uns angestarrt. Es schien so, als ob wir eine normale Konversation hatten. Aber das Ich hier und jetzt, hatte keine Erinnerung daran. Ich hatte keine Erinnerung, daran, je den Schulleiter hier getroffen zu haben. Oder mich mit ihm, hinzusetzen und über etwas zu reden.
Shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that? Yes.
Ja, was? Das kann nicht real sein. Ich habe ja gesagt?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Schon wieder ging das Video zu Ende. Von dort an hat sich das Video wie immer und immer wiederholt, aber mit anderen Leuten. Byakuya. Toko. China. Jeder. Sie haben alle zugestimmt, dass sie hier in der Schule leben wollen. Für immer. Und dann. Kyoko? Kyoko. Kyoko. Ihr Interview mit ihm wurde ziemlich klar aufgenommen. Ohne einen Zweifel, sie hat ihn getroffen. Sie hat sich hingesetzt mit dem Schulleiter der Hope Peaks Academy, ihrem Vater. Und als er sie ihre Frage gestellt hat, als er die Frage ihr gestellt hat, hat sie geantwortet wie jeder andere. Sie hat das Leben innerhalb dieser Schule akzeptiert. Als Kyokos Interview abschließen sollte, ging der Monitor komplett aus. Hä? Es war nicht der Monitor, der DVD-Player ist komplett aus. Was bedeutet, dass der DVD... Was bedeutet das, dass die DVD nicht mehr spielen würde? Was ist jetzt gerade passiert? Ja, Monokuma natürlich. Upsi, scheint wohl, als ob es kaputt gegangen ist. Außer Betrieb. Was? Es scheint, es ist einfach so spontan kaputt gegangen? Nun, dann, nun, wann dann? Macht doch keinen Unterschied. Fehlschlag kann überall auftreten, jederzeit. Mensch, kurz Rücken knacken, du. Das ist, was Fehlschlag ist, oder? Ah, okay. Fehlschlag, mein Arsch. Du hast die Stromzufuhr einfach gekappt. Nun, was auch immer. Auch wenn ich das ganze Ding geschaut hätte, wäre es wahrscheinlich das gleiche geblieben. Oder er versteckt etwas. Wir haben ja letztens ja was bemerkt. Es ist eine Schüler oder Schülerin lebt noch. Also wir sind noch 7 Leute. Und wahrscheinlich wollte Monokuma nicht sehen, wer dieser Schüler oder Schülerin am Ende noch war. Er hat allen die Frage gestellt und alle haben ja gesagt. Ich konnte nicht anders. Ich habe ein lautes Seufzen rausgebracht. Und als ich es getan habe, habe ich mich an etwas erinnert. Geht es vielleicht darum, dass er einen Zettel hatte, wo da drauf stand, wir dürfen hier nicht raus, auch was auch immer es kostet? Oder so? Nee, doch nicht. Und als sie aufwachte, ja. Ja. Naja, du hast die ultimative Fähigkeit vergessen. Ja, komisch, nicht wahr? Ein komischer, ne? Ja. Etwas, was zufälligerweise dem Genie zuvorkommt. Also bedeutet das etwa, dass ich auch meine Erinnerung verloren habe? Was mit den anderen? Haben alle etwas vergessen? Oder? Yep. Ich schätze, alle haben ihre Erinnerung vergessen. Und? Klassenprozess beginnt jetzt.
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end.
Ja.
And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start.
Yep.
There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black. There is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning.
Ups, falsche Taste.
Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial.
Yep.
Everyone gather once again at you know where.
Und der Klassenprozess beginnt jetzt. Nun, es fängt wieder an. Das letzte Mal. Der Klassenprozess beginnt. Der letzte Klassenprozess. Das letzte Mal, wo unser Leben auf dem Spiel steht. Das letzte Mal, wo Hoffnung und Verzweiflung auf dem Spiel stehen. Ich habe keine Wahl, ich muss es tun. Okay, dann. Das ist das Ende. Los geht's. Und wir beginnen direkt damit. Wir haben keine Angst. Ich schätze mal, ich bin der Erste. Diesmal.
Makoto,
Du bist ziemlich früh, Makoto.
listen.
Bedeutet das, dass du bereit bist? Ja, fürs Erste. Aber wo sind die anderen? Warum ist niemand hier?
However,
Mach dir keine Sorgen, ich bin mir ziemlich sicher, dass sie hier sein werden. Und als sie es gesagt hat... Byakuya! Byakuya? Die sind alle sauer auf mich, what the fuck? Als sie erschienen. Also sie erschienen, einer nach dem anderen. Aber sie waren alle im selben Schock. Hä? Hina? Hiro? Warum? Was habe ich denn diesmal getan? Ruhe. Stille. Es war nicht eine normale Stille. Ja, es war Verdacht. Wie der Erstklassenprozess.
You called for me and so I appear.
Ah, ich bin spät.
I'm on fire.
Oh, starke Stille. Meister ist so wundervoll. So cool und so heiß. Ja. Hört mal zu. Alles wird gut gehen, wenn ihr alles mir überlässt. Mit den scharfen Scheren in meiner Hand werde ich die Augen... Achso, dann werde ich halt ja, das große Böse abstechen. Ich dachte, du kannst niemanden töten, außer süße kleine Jungs. Wenn das Meister will, kann es ein Junge, Mädchen oder alles dazwischen sein. Ich kann es ertragen. Wo bin ich? Keine menschliche Sprache kann gerade beschreiben, wie enttäuscht ich bin. Ist jeder hier? Und ich schätze mal, dass jeder jetzt gerade betrübt ist, ne? Nun dann, lass uns beginnen. Ja, los geht's.
that's fine.
Du hast recht. Dies ist der letzte Schulprozess. Und diesmal wird es fair bleiben. Was meinst du denn diesmal? Hör auf, die ganze Zeit hier rumzulabern. Ich bin ein Bär mit einem guten Ruf, verstehst du? Gäbe es einen fairen Männer-Contest, würde ich es jedes Jahr nach Hause mitnehmen. Ich werde diesmal fair, ich werde dieses Spiel fair und ja, fair gewinnen.
Today, I'm feeling light.
Und ich werde sicher gehen, dass jeder, der zu Hause zuschaut, als Verzweiflung stärker ist als Hoffnung.
Stop talking.
Hör auf mit deinem Gelaber. Beginnen mit dem Prozess. Natürlich beginnen wir dann mit dem Prozess. Ich warte auf euch unten.
You guys.
Also, versucht nicht wegzurennen. Okay. Wie immer lachte er laut und verschwand. Was auch immer.
In the name of my family.
Dies wird in 0, nichts vorbei sein. Ja. Die werden uns wahrscheinlich beschuldigen. Die werden Makoto beschuldigen. Die sind alle sauer auf uns. Sind die dumm, Alter? Ich dachte, Charaktere sind so dumm, ne? Niemand hat Augenkontakt mit mir gemacht. Niemand hat ein Wort gesagt. Die sind einfach verschwunden.
Hey,
Die verhalten sich alle komisch. Als ob die paranoid verdächtig voneinander sind.
however,
Aber du weißt doch, warum das ist, oder? Ja, ich glaube schon.
however,
Nun, du kannst uns darüber später erzählen. Im Klassenprozess, du hast recht, ich bin bereit.
so,
Bereit zu gewinnen, oder? Natürlich. Ich bin froh, dass du das gesagt hast. Los geht's. Und ja. Ja, komm. Wir sind nervös, wir wissen's. Ja. Tiefer und tiefer, tiefer und tiefer und tiefer und tiefer, tiefer und tiefer, tiefer und tiefer, tiefer und tiefer, tiefer und tiefer. Ja. Laut und tiefer. Ich habe meine Augen geschlossen und ja, meine Sicht fiel weg. Alles verschwand. Ich hatte nur geöffnet, bis die Aufzugtür sich geöffnet hat. Was nur Sekunden oder Jahrhunderte später sein konnte. Ja, es kam zu Ende. Los geht's. Das ist der letzte Ort des Klassenprozesses? Was glaubt ihr? Ist das nicht der perfekte Hintergrund für um das Schicksal einer Person zu entscheiden? Es ist der allseits erwartete letzte Platz oder letzte Bühne. Der letzte Kampf gegen den Boss. Ich werde hier warten. Ach, hier sitzen. Ich werde hier auf dem 16. Platz warten. So. Nun dann, lass uns beginnen. Okay, los geht's. Ja, wir wollen speichern. Ich habe mal letztens gelesen. Anscheinend gibt es ein schlechtes Ende nach Kapitel 5. Anscheinend ist das so, dass man Kyoko drauf gehen lassen kann. Und dann gibt es ein verstörendes Bild. Wo einfach die Kinder mit Hina haben. Alle. Und Toko tot ist. Das war sehr komisch, sehr verstörend. Okay, wir schauen mal jetzt. Los geht's. Los. Set Skills. Haben wir vielleicht etwas? Ne. Okay, wir haben alles schon ausgewählt. Los geht's. Klassenprozess beginnt.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen up! If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win! But if you can't, then I win! And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not! Bears never go back on their word!
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person?
Hmm?
Don't bother. I already know the answer.
Oh Gott.
You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it.
Mein Gott. Dummheit. Gruppenfoto. Place check Headmasters E-Handbuch. Okay.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Okay.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it.
Oh Gott, sind die dumm, Alter.
I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
Okay. Dagegen willst du was machen. Jeder um uns denkt, dass wir Feinde sind. Das ist die Falle, die Monokuma gesetzt hat. Ich habe etwas, was es dagegen weiß. Warte, Places to check. Nee. E-Handbuch des Schulleiters, da. Nein, das kann auch nicht sein. Gruppenfoto. Ich würde Gruppenfoto probieren.
What a coincidence. Evidence that proves What? This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us...
Bam. Okay, war richtig gut. Nun, das ist falsch.
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
Oh.
What? You too?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah.
Nee.
Huh? Wait, but mine's different.
Sag mal deins.
With the picture you have, I'm in it.
Oh.
But that can't be right. Because in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
Oh, ich verstehe. Also haben eventuell, sind die Fotos immer von denjenigen aufgenommen worden, die nicht da drauf sind, ne? Und guck mal, wie weit Celeste hinten ist. Und ich merke auch gerade, Junko ist wieder, man sieht ihr Gesicht nicht. Irritiert mich sehr. Ich habe das schon mir gedacht, was bedeutet.
Hero, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
Was für ein Bild hast du? Das auch, wie ich es mir gedacht habe. Ja, schon wieder Junko. Ich habe die Befürchtung, dass Junko das Genie ist. Immer sieht man ihr Gesicht nicht.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
Nein.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
Nun. Den Beweis, den ich brauche, um halt die Falle zu entlarven. Ja, jedes Bild hat etwas zusammen. And there's a connection regarding what person isn't shown. Okay, ja. Diejenigen, die die Fotos erhalten haben. I got it! Ja, die haben die Fotos geschossen.
In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it.
Mhm.
So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing. And in the picture Hero got, he's the only one missing.
Ja, die haben die Fotos geschossen.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
Alter.
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Yep.
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
Das war kein Hinweis. Aber weißt du? Wohl doch, vielleicht schon. Okay, wenn es schon so sagt, ne, dann stimme ich mal zu. Aber ich glaube, da steckt mehr dahinter, als dass uns Monokuma verwirren will. Irgendwas anderes stört mich am Bild. Was ist das? Was stört mich? Junko?
Listen, can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Irgendwas ist komisch an Gruppenfotos. Ich muss sie miteinander vergleichen. Entweder Junko... Guck mal, weil da sieht man ihr Gesicht ja auch nicht. Ja, Bild. Da sieht man Junkos Gesicht wieder nicht. Celeste ist wieder am Arsch der Welt. Celeste hat ja gar nichts mitgemacht. Und immer die Fotografen sind nicht auf dem Bild zu sehen. Yep. Hier das Bild. Und meins, genau. Etwas ist komisch an den ganzen Bildern. Ich kann es noch nicht... Ich kann nicht darauf deuten. Etwas. Gruppenfoto, okay. Noch ein Update.
Can you just forget about the photo already?
Nein.
Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo. I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, They went to all that trouble to make it look like you were wearing matching uniforms.
Nee, das sind echte Bilder.
So you think they're fake? No, I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that. So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong. I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
Der Grund, warum ich nicht nicht an die Bilder erinnere, ist nicht daran, weil die gefälscht sind. Es gibt einen anderen Grund. Amnesie. Einen schlimmen Grund. Einen unglaublichen, aber ziemlich beängstigenden Grund. Amnesie. Hangman's Game, gib mir die Buchstaben. Amnesie, komm. Ja. Ich wusste es. M, da. Amnesie. Und fertig.
Now I understand.
Now I understand.
Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense.
Ich glaube, der wird jetzt ausrasten.
As if. You expect
Ja.
me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Dachte ich mir schon.
Yeah. We all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
Oh, einen Moment. So, sorry, wieder da. Meine Güte, meine Güte. Wir haben alle unsere Erinnerung verloren, das ist ja verrückt. Ist nur natürlich, dass sie es nicht glauben würden. Aber egal wie sehr man es auch, abstreitet, ist die absolute Wahrheit. Sie haben keine andere Wahl. Wir können nicht voranschreiten, bis sie es nicht akzeptieren. Und es gibt noch einen anderen Weg zu beweisen, neben den Bildern es zu beweisen. So, schauen wir mal. Monokuma Control, Interview-DVDs. Ich glaube Interview-DVDs.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
So the idea that we all lost our memories.
It's totally stupid, obviously.
Okay, nee, dann los. Ja.
You're saying we all... Since when did this turn into...
I promise you, ever since I got to this, I remember everything that's
Bam.
happened.
Glaube ich nicht. Es gibt noch die DVDs.
Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
No, it's nothing like that. It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean...
I mean all of us, including you.
You lied! I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here.
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever?
Es muss wohl etwas außerhalb passiert sein, was dazu geführt hat, dass wir hier leben wollen. Vielleicht die Tragödie, woran wir uns nicht mehr erinnern.
That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure
Oh.
are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then, we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
Aber wie?
This is all making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie! You figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
How could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come, that hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
Oh, Motiv? Das ursprüngliche Motiv?
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
Bis wir das tun? Nun, jedenfalls, wir müssen jedes letzte Mysterium hier lüften. Also, derjenige, der Mukuro getötet hat, das wahre Genie. Wir müssen ihn entblößen. Okay, los geht's. Make your argument. Monokuma's control, Mukuro Ikuro's Headmaster's Handbook. Okay.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything.
Oops.
That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course. They have to be here somewhere.
Oh fuck, ja.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably
Nein.
a million miles away.
Kontrollraum.
No, it's wrong.
Der ist definitiv hier.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
Yep.
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
What? Why?
Ja, warum?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
Ich hab's schon gesagt, aber... Ja, es begann mit 16 Schülern. Und die einzigen, die hier einen Schritt gewachsen haben, sind 16 Schüler.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
Eventuell, ja.
How'd they manage to survive all of this?
Ich sag einfach nur tot vorgetäuscht.
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me.
I blame Makoto.
Wieso ich schon wieder?
What? Why me?
Ja.
Cuz It's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Oh, I get it. The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Oh mein Gott, so dumm, ne?
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Mein Gott.
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Ist halt echt so.
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The Mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Dass niemand auf den Gedanken kam, dass jemand seinen Tod vorgetäuscht hat, ne?
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Yep.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
Nö. Nö. Das ist spontan passiert, aber sie hatte schon vorher ein paar Wunden.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different.
Genau.
Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Yep. Die hatte noch ein paar Wunden auf ihrem Körper. Die anderen Wunden, genau.
I got it!
Got it!
All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
Der Körper wurde mit anderen Wunden entdeckt, aber diese waren definitiv ein paar Tage alt.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Doch.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know.
Nein, es wird gesagt, dass die paar Tage alt waren, die Wunden.
You're wrong.
She denied me before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
Oh. Wenn du schon sicher bist, dass wir ein Gegenargument dir liefern werden, warum sagst du überhaupt am Anfang an? Von Anfang an, ja. Haben wir jetzt vielleicht das mit der Akte? Monokuma-File? Nee, was? Gruppenfoto, Interview? Nein, Mukuro, Profil. Hätten wir es. Profil vielleicht?
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
Are you finished?
You didn't deny me this time, Slimes. You made me go all cutesy.
Don't worry.
Warte, ich muss mal gerade nachschauen. Weites hier. Nee. Ich hätte jetzt gedacht, dass wir Monokuma-Akte benutzen können, weil es halt ein paar Tage alt ist. Nein, die Wunden kamen nicht vom Schlachtfeld. Ist es wirklich im Handbuch vom Schulleiter? Ach nee, das ist was anderes, scheiße. Nein. Ach stimmt, das Gruppenfoto. Das Gruppenfoto, da ist sie ja am Schwimmen. Nein. Was? Im Gruppenfoto sieht man auch die Wunden dann. Okay. Okay.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So,
Was steht denn in ihrem Profil? Hat denn auch der Account Headmaster did not have a single... Ah! Ja, okay.
obviously, she
Nein, hier. Sorry, das Falsche hatte ich dann gehabt. Mein Fehler. Stimmt, vollkommen vergessen.
No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
to be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing.
Oh mein Gott, die hat einen Fetisch.
Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Alter, ziemlich viele Verletzungen, du.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
Yep.
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
Ja. Das Genie.
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in.
Okay.
Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think.
Das ist eine Lüge.
Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
Ja, natürlich. Die war schon seit ein paar Tagen tot. Und das kann ja nicht sein, dass sie kurz davor am Leben war noch. Nein, es gibt keine Möglichkeit, dass Mukuro es war, die mich attackiert hat. Auch wenn ich nicht ihr Gesicht gesehen habe. Mukuro hatte offensichtlich ein Fenrir-Tattoo. Wenn man das mit dem Angreifer dem maskierten Angreifer vergleicht. Ja. Es ist ziemlich offensichtlich. Monokuma pfeifen. Ich glaube, ich muss was absorbieren, wenn es nur einen gibt.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask.
Komm, zeig's mir.
I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Nehmen wir das mal mit.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand?
Fuck. Haben wir noch das noch den Hinweis. Scheiße, welche Hand war das denn? Scheiße, welche Hand war das denn jetzt? Die rechte Hand. Ich versuch mal Link. Ich versuch's mal, ne? Rechte Hand. Bam. Ja, okay, es war die rechte Hand. Sehr viel Glück gehabt, Alter. Break.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo.
A wolf tattoo.
But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, you know, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Einen Moment, ich muss mal kurz Mikrofon stabilisieren. So. Na, jetzt gibt er wahrscheinlich die Schuld an Kyoko.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh. No snappy comeback? Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Die Hand?
Huh? Show me what?
Ihre Hände.
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Bevor jemand was sagen konnte, sie zeigt ihre Hände. Alter. Kyoko hat ihre Handschuhe entfernt. Sie sind ja komplett verbrannt. Ohne Nachdenken habe ich geschnappatmet. Es war viel mehr als nur verbrannte Haut.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
Alter, die Hand ist schon sehr schrumpelig und rot.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Ja, sie hat dann die Handschuhe wieder zusammen angezogen.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
Nein.
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, She died after our little killing game began here.
Okay.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
Ja.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
Nein.
She was. She would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
Biolabor.
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
Es gibt nur einen Ort. Biolabor. Genau, das Biolabor.
Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
Yep.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
Beweis? Welche nochmal? Ach ja, die Plane, ne? Tarp. Perfekt.
What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is
This.
the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
You made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
But that's just a wild guess.
Oh, da wird jemand nervös.
Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Aha.
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous.
Yep, weil da ein Hinweis gibt. Es gab nur 9 Leichen.
Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
You talking about unmasking the mastermind?
Yep.
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
Genau, es gab nur 9 Leichen. Ein Schüler lebt noch. Yep. Eine Inkonsistenz im Biolabor. Kann sie über...
I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Oh mein Gott.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
Ich musste mich zusammenreißen und nachdenken. Ja, sie redet über...
By the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
Oh. Er versucht uns gerade abzulenken.
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
Familie? Was? Ach, das Video, ne?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message. So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, Your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family?
Monokuma versucht gerade sehr hart abzulenken, damit wir nicht auf die Antwort kommen.
Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Ja, ich muss mich beruhigen. Ich kann ihn nicht zu nahe kommen lassen. Er sagte nur, weil ich kurz davor bin, an die Wahrheit zu kommen im Biolabor. Also wenn ich will, dass er ruhig bleibt, muss ich nur die inkonsistent ihm auf die Nase klatschen. Inkonsistent muss wohl. Ja. Die Nummern. So. Was für ein Spiel ist das jetzt? The Moment of Truth? Oh, Rhythmusspiel. Okay.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
So.
What? What do you want?
Bam.
Are you sure about this? That's
Sehr gut.
impossible! Are you sure about this?
Bam.
That's impossible! Are you sure about
Perfekt.
this?
Das war ein richtig guter Run.
I'm not listening!
Bam. Hä, was? Hä, was?
You're getting all riled up!
Ah, wir hatten mehrere Antworten.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
Bam, okay. Final Strike. Biolab Secret.
Listening!
Lichter. Bam.
This should prove it.
Perfekt. Okay, ich war gerade verwirrt. Ich dachte, wir hätten nur eine Antwort. Oh mein Gott, ich war voll verwirrt gerade.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
Die Lichter, ja.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
Genau.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in. And there were only 9.
Also, 7 noch am Leben.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
Nein, it doesn't make sense. The number size then should be 10 lights.
I got it!
Ups, 10 Lichter müssen es sein.
10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious?
Weil eine Leiche nicht da drin
That's
ist.
simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
Ja. Das der Schlüssel ist, um das Mysterium hier zu lösen. Saika starb als erstes. Junko. Leon. Der dritte. Chihiro war die vierte. Der vierte. Mono war der fünfte. Taka war der sechste. Hifumi war der siebte. Celeste war die achte. Sakura war die neunte. Und Opfer Nummer 10 ist Mukuro. Also sind das insgesamt 10 Leute. Oh.
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
Nein, jemand hat seinen Tod vorgetäuscht.
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
Nein.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
Yep.
And if that's true,
Then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
Der Grund, warum es weniger Körper gibt als Morde. Jemand hat seinen Tod vorgetäuscht. Und nur im neuen Mord haben stattgefunden, dass Genie hat einen Körper. Nee. Eine gleiche Person wurde zweimal getötet? Ja. Ja, weil Mukuro ja zweimal als tot vorgetäuscht wurde. Genau.
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far. But one of the victims may have been murdered. And then murdered again.
Yep.
Murdered and murdered again?
Mukuro.
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
Mukuro.
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
Du meinst, die hat sich getarnt?
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Okay.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Okay, Hangman's Gambit? Ne. Make your argument. Okay. Monokuma Fall 5. Na, oder? Wir gucken mal.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed at?
5. Die muss ja durch mehrere Wunden getötet worden sein. Ich habe schon eine Vermutung, aber ich muss noch gucken.
Was it Sayaka Maizono?
Nein.
Junko Enoshima?
Eventuell.
Leon Kuwata?
Nö.
Chihiro Fujisaki? Mando Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu whatever? Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Muss ich den Namen von Junko eventuell nehmen? Weil Junko wurde ja mehrmals durchbohrt. Ja. Ich nehme mal Junko. Weil die Bilder haben mich stutzig gemacht. Oh nein! Fuck, ich wollte das nur nehmen. Sorry, ich hab's aus Versehen zu früh doppelt geklickt. Ich hab so einen komischen Reflex manchmal. So. Jetzt. Bam. Ja, Junko Enoshima. Es ist also Junko. Gut. Die wurde halt durchbohrt.
Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
Yep.
What do you mean?
Die wurde ja durchbohrt von mehreren Speeren.
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
Yep. Sie ist auch die einzige, die exekutiert worden ist. Also, ne, bestraft. Also keinen offiziellen Tod. Die wurde nicht ermordet von einem Schüler. Aber, also ne, nicht so offiziell ermordet, aber sondern von Monokuma selbst. Nein, weiß ich nicht. Wofür? Wofür?
When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered.
Hallo, Buddha.
And
and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Also war es eventuell Junko, die das Genie hinter allem hier ist.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person?
Nee, ich glaube Mukuro hat sich eventuell getarnt.
Wait, so then... What does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Genau.
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
Junko.
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive.
Nee, Junko. Ich bin mir ziemlich sicher, dass es Junko ist.
She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died.
Nee.
So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Nein. Mukuro am Leben? Na, die Person, die noch am Leben ist, ist Mukuro? Aber, kann ich das glauben? Nein. Es ist unmöglich, dass Mukuro Ikusaba noch am Leben ist. Oh, was ist das jetzt? Make your argument? Ja. Okay. Mukuros Fate Engine, Mukuros Profile. Okay, jetzt weiß ich gar nicht, was ich nehmen muss.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is
Nein.
Mukuro.
Ich hab's.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Nee, ich weiß schon. Wir haben ja die Körpermaße von ihr.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Doch, es war Mukuro. Es war Mukuro. Wir haben ihre Körpermaße. Und sie wird sein.
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
Yeah!
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32.
Ich habe keine Ahnung, was das bedeutet.
Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
Genau.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Es ist Junko, ihr dummen Hühner, Alter. Jemand, der so aussieht, als ob er gestorben wäre, aber immer auch am Leben ist. Die eine Person, die das sein kann. Junko Enoshima. Da. Bam.
Here's my answer.
Wir haben sie entlarvt.
Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Yep. Ups.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
Ich dachte, wir haben doch es etabliert, dass Mukuro Junkos Aussehen angenommen hat. Sich verkleidet hat wahrscheinlich.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
Ja.
But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Oh, Bruder, ich hab's erst jetzt verstanden mit Nein, weiß nicht wofür. Das war auf die WhatsApp-Nachricht angelehnt, ne? Ja, du weißt schon. Du weißt es schon. Glaub mir, du weißt es. Du weißt es ganz genau. Ja, sie war definitiv tot. Es war nichts. Es gab nichts mehr zu sagen. Sie war fort. Ja.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
Dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Nein.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
Ne, ich dachte, wird noch gerade etabliert, dass sie sich eventuell verkleidet hat.
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Oh.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
Wie könnte Junko überlebt haben? Es war halt nicht Junko dort. Ich habe sie überprüft, sie war definitiv... Es war einfach nicht Junko. Wenn sie immer noch irgendwie am Leben war. Kann es sein, dass Junko nicht gestorben ist? Genau. Es war nicht Junko, sondern jemand anderes. Sie haben eventuell einen Trick benutzt. Hangman's Gambit. Imposter? Replicas. Okay. E, gib mir ein E. Fuck. Gib mir ein L. I. I. Na, das englische E, das I. Ach, replaced? Oh. Ich dachte Replica, okay. Hab zu schnell gelesen. Replaced. Now I understand.
That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
Switch places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place.
Oh, okay.
Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
Everything.
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but... that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Nö.
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that?
Kurz bevor wir in der Sporthalle uns getroffen haben, eventuell.
Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Nein. Davor.
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
Entschuldigung. Ja, es muss einen Trick geben, ja. Ich muss... von Anfang an wahrscheinlich getauscht. Ja, von Anfang an.
Two of them, they had switched places from the very beginning.
Very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yes.
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
Yep.
Then we'd already met her?
Yep.
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko,
Genau.
and we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
Make-up.
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that.
Genau.
If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished.
Oh, ja.
Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
Stimmt. Oh, ja. Hab ich vollkommen vergessen.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
Anscheinend, ne?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
Ja.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
Fotos. Er weigert sich, das noch zuzugeben, aber... Ja, er kann uns so viel hintergehen, wie er will. Oder verarschen will. Es macht keinen Unterschied. Weil ich das schon längst herausgefunden habe. Ja. Fotos. Gruppenfotos. Warte. Hold on, what matters now is presenting the right... Achso. Es hat damit zu tun, was Monokuma uns... Ach ja, die Interviews! Entschuldigung, die Interviews! Die Interviews, sorry. DVD. Sorry. Da. Sorry, ich dachte die Gruppenfotos.
While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
Es war nicht nur der Monitor, der DVD-Player ging aus. Ja. Was zur Hölle ist passiert? Upsi, scheint wohl, dass es kaputt gegangen ist. Was? Es ist einfach spontan kaputt gegangen? Nun dann. Wenn es keinen Unterschied mehr macht. Ach ne, es macht keinen Unterschied, wenn es immer passiert ist. Es kann immer schief gehen. Ja, egal.
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke.
Ha. Nein, es war kein... ja, Flug, ne? Es war keine Verarsche. Das Genie hat... Ne, Flug ist ja doch Verarsche. Das Genie hat definitiv dafür gesorgt, dass der Strom ausfällt. Und dort hatte nicht das einzige Mal Junkos Identität versucht zu verstecken. Ja, wir haben die Gruppenfotos. Komm. Make your argument. Gruppenfotos, Gruppenfotos. Oder so. Bam. 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 Los. Bam.
Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up. That's impossible.
Fuck. Okay, das war hart gerade. Holy shit.
That's impossible.
Gruppenfotos.
This should prove
Bam, Junge. Rasiert. Sehr gut.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo. I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we got. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
Ja. Man sieht Junko einfach nicht. Das Gesicht ist immer verdeckt. Ja. Junkos Gesicht.
I got
it.
Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Erwischt.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Wahrscheinlich Augenfarbe oder so?
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
Nun.
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
Ja, in der Tat.
No, wait! Hold on!
Erwischt.
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything, right now.
Closing Argument. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay. Das hier wahrscheinlich. Sie ist ja nicht wahre Junko. Das Junko wird also Mukuro wird dann halt durchbohrt von den ganzen Stacheln. Warum sie aber auch durchbohrt wird, wissen wir noch nicht. Obwohl sie eigentlich auch in der ganzen Sache verwickelt war. Ja. Packen dann das hier drauf, auf die Plane. Haben dann Körper hier hingepackt, genau. Maske aufgesetzt. Messer genommen und uns gedroht. Hey, warum haben wir das gleiche Bild nochmal? Achso, nee, nevermind. So, und als sie aufgewacht und das Messer gesehen haben, hat Kyoko sie bemerkt. Und sie rannte raus. Ne, warte, das war so, Entschuldigung. So, und dann rannte sie raus. Dann ging sie in den Garten. Hat die Maske der Leiche aufgesetzt. Und dann, ja, Akt 5. Wir finden die Leiche. Und sie beobachtet alles aus dem Kontrollraum. Und dann hebt sie das hier auf und explodiert. Bam, genau. Fliegt weg. Und die Leiche ist dann so. Schätze ich mal. Gucken wir mal.
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko.
Genau.
The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusawa. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko Enoshima.
Ich sag irgendwie falsch, okay. Okay. Vielleicht das hier? Stimmt, ja, das kann ja gar nicht sein. Sie hat das jetzt mal getragen. Nochmal. Nochmal, bitte. Okay, mein Fehler.
Until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden.
Ja.
She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
Perfekt.
So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real real Junko Enoshima.
Erwischt. Na? Gibt's jetzt auf?
That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Na?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Sehr still.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over? Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!